Type anime.
Thomas, just tell me exactly when you start recording again.
Alright, it's recording now.
Let's
Death
kill
to
some
the cat!
churches, gamers!
Welcome to the Pathfinder 2 Astora 2.0 edition, gamers. We're here
miss my
rolling
wife.
our dice.
Death to the
So,
gods!
Chris, you're gonna have to redo all of that explanation for last session now.
Just
All right,
simplify it.
Hey, Chris, quick question. Does the Dark Swords here require any intelligence scaling?
Nope, it's
Nope.
strength and dex.
Alright, recap of last session. We were in prison, we fucked with the interrogator, we all just flashback. We all went back, we all met up, we all decided, you know what, we're gonna investigate the shitty nightmare that's been going on, and go.
As friends.
So
If
you-
I remember correctly, currently I'm holding Maylene's hand and telling her not to die because I can't help.
I can help you, I think.
That is correct.
I'm a druid, I can heal you.
Uh,
Are you
Got
currently dying,
by a
or
goblin.
are you currently, like, living at 1 HP?
Yeah, that's right. Also, the Greed Arrow / Robin Hood came here to our aid.
Yes, he will now summon his JoJo stand to assist you. Regardless, I like saying
And
portable. I
in
don't
comes
know
Bruce
why.
Chan.
currently
But
at
you,
dying 2 right now.
So I forgot to incorporate this, but so you guys have 1 hero point to start off each session. So you can use your hero point to stop yourself from dying. Fucking good meme, by the way.
Don't do it,
And
don't do it, I can
also,
help.
you can use it to reroll. You can use it to reroll any fucking dice, but you have to use the
Feeling
dice.
I'm gonna be using the hero points for this character exclusively on whatever Chris is telling me to recall knowledge.
Hey man, you do
For the
you.
most important. This is what's gonna.
I want
fuck
you to
me
roll
up.
worse, just for the meme.
Just
You
for the
do. Chris, theoretically, you would love this character because I'm always going to fail, and my sadness brings you happiness.
I am Monokuma, but you guys were, after discovering the totem, surrounded by a bunch of goblin boys with red arrow mark tattoos on their faces, and you almost get that dank persuasion on, but then orc boy was like ungo bungo me dummy stick, and he just initiated conflict. Which, through a very hard fought battle, you guys barely, objectively speaking, managed to succeed. Eventually, the orc is slain, a couple of the goblins are slain, and there are 2 of the rest have retreated into the wilderness. But that was before you've met Mr. Nihilus. So now the party, and suddenly Bruce Chan is there, are currently recovering, being given aid by this stranger who's cloaked in green.
No, he's not helping her up, I got it. I'm stabilizing her. Cantrip.
With what?
With my stabilized cantrip.
Oh, okay. So, with a, flick of your wrist and a cast of your dick, you use your stabilize spell. Magical energy engulfs Katrina in her stupid rogue face. And inevitably,
in her orphan rogue face.
and her bleeding stops. Instead of like pain, it's a dull numbness. You're okay now, but you're still feeling out of it.
You're welcome.
Why can I not feel my everything?
blood on her.
You're currently at a 0.
You need to do it again.
You see
Now
this
hear
green
yourself,
cloak
because I only
man
have
look at you
one.
guys in curiosity. He says, "Well, you guys barely survived that. Sorry I couldn't hit my shots earlier. That was a little embarrassing."
For us or you?
Repeat
a
that?
little bit A, a little bit
I
of B.
think this
He
whole
said
situation has been embarrassing for all of us involved.
He said he couldn't hit his shots because it was embarrassing. And I'm like, for us or him?
Regardless, you guys look a little banged up. I have some medicine here if you guys need it.
The one on the ground needs more medicine. You should help her first.
Indeed.
Also, we should probably help Maylene, considering she just got out of death and all.
That's yeah.
Literally what Kitcher just said.
I'm an idiot.
He's playing.
Yeah, he's playing his character. It took me a little bit of second, but I'm like, oh yeah, Kyle's being an idiot.
I know.
You can't talk. You're dead.
Wow.
Okay, fine. Ugh.
So Nihilus takes out a healer's kit from his backpack, and he gets on his knee around Katrina and starts doing his work. As he does this, he looks up to the. Oops, didn't do that right. Yeah, I'm just gonna say just
Squeezing her hand.
you heal first.
At this point, considering that my strength was 7, it probably won't hurt as hard as I can.
So-
Maylene, take D1 hand grip damage.
So after like 10 or so minutes of operation and lovely medicining, you heal that much health. He's really good at his job. But as this green cloaked individual does this, he looks up and asks the standing party members, "What are you guys doing in these woods?"
Well, I'm not standing, so he's asking you guys.
Yeah. We're currently investigating a missing person.
Missing. Missing person? You mean dead, right?
Yeah, dude, pretty much you could say that.
Well, if you're heading deeper into the forest, we might share some goals. I'm not looking into the death of the Duke, but I'm also looking for a missing person deeper in. Any other reasons besides the Duke that you're looking for?
My character arc doesn't go beyond that.
Your druid order? Unless you want to get it.
I'm also looking for my druid order, or like more so a group of passing druids.
Well, if that's the case, our paths just intertwine. Nihilus.
I am here to slay all the bad orcs and goblins residing in this area. After realizing that such mean things exist, they must be purged.
I was wondering about that too. Normally greenskins don't really show up their way up in these woods. Any idea on why they're here?
Absolutely none, but they claim the forest is theirs.
They also
Chris, do I
claim
remember that they
killed
said they were a
red dragon.
scouting party? You're still dead.
Stop talking!
He healed.
I healed. I'm back up. Fuck you.
Okay.
I thought he said he was asking this while he was operating.
There's semantics. It's working.
Katrina's like, "Don't worry, the adrenaline's keeping me alive." It's like a shot of coffee, except it's a shot of survival instinct.
So essentially, what is happening is you used an adrenaline shot and then started using a healing.
Pretty much. So,
But of course.
You were saying, Katrina, the level hurricane, that's the rogue.
I was just saying that they also claim to have killed a red dragon.
Depending on whose faction we're talking about, they may or may not be lying about that.
Well, there was an orc with them.
Or
He seemed really confident about it at the very least. I don't know.
that's why I said depending on the faction. If we're talking about the Unbroken, then yes, they most certainly did drive off a red dragon a while back. But if we're talking off some random boonies tribe, then most certainly they did not. Do they have any distinct markings? These goblins
Red.
don't really give much. Red arrow is common, so.
Yeah. Oh shit. No, there's a totem on that tree if you didn't see it. Maybe that'll help you.
I'll look into it after I heal the rest of you guys. What are you guys' health looking at?
13.
Uno.
You're on 1
Dad.
HP, Kyle?
Well, I'm 14 right now after you healed me, so...
That was a lovely nap. Mm.
Like he just crawls out of a log.
You guys have fun?
Woo! I would have been useful in punching some orcs.
Uh,
Good thing I
By
got my
the
power now.
way, Chris, do I get like some sort of wounded condition or something? Because I think I heard that was a thing.
It's only there if you don't use a he used a medicine check, which I'm just say automatically passed. You don't have it.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, in Kyle's session, when Mr. J, may we rest in peace, when he got back up from the Goobles being attacked, I think healing magic doesn't restore the wounded condition naturally. So, being brought back by magic, you'd still be wounded, making death saves still more difficult. You need to like pass a medicine check to clean that out.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a dynamic. Yeah.
Does that mean you're still wounded?
No, he's good.
Oh, okay.
So Nihilus gets up from treating Katrina. He looks around. Does anyone else need some patching up? I think I see one other person who does.
I could use a little bit, but you don't need. I think you don't need to worry about me right now.
Look, we got all day. I'm in no rush. So,
Kill the ladies first. I'm very chivalrous.
interesting. So,
I
he looks
agree. Heal Dreamgrove first, for I am very chivalrous.
He looks at
All
Milia.
right.
Milia, you're a bloody mess, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I use lay on hands in order to heal 6 HP. I'm back up to 7.
He points at his healer's kit. I've got time in a healer's kit.
I am just fine now.
Throw the healer's kit at her.
Boop.
Ow!
You heal
I'm
15.
healed.
It takes another 10 minutes to do so. As you do, you get a better look at the young man. You can see that under his cowl and cloak, you can see a young, clean-shaven face, but definitely very healthy and fit. Let's see. He's currently wearing what appears to be some like leather armor. And you can see various pouches and a backpack to carry who knows what. You know for a fact the healer's kit is in there. And you can see a quiver filled with various arrows in his bow sitting on his, just across, strewn through his arm. And you can also see that around his neck is a medallion of some sorts with a strange, like, a symbol with what appears to be a globe representing the world. But as he does, he finishes healing Milia, and he looks to Dreamgrove. So, you need some healing too, buddy?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, a little bit.
Milia is gonna drag Katrina over to this tree against the tree and start giving her a shoulder rub.
I'm healed to max HP.
Milia, for context, does not know how to give a shoulder rub. So she's just kind of pressing against your shoulders with her hands.
Don't worry, that's good enough.
Oh, yeah, you're doing good, Millie. Ah, oh.
Roll a strength check.
Oh boy.
Roll strength to determine how your fingers go.
Bruce Chan would like to lean over to
And
Katrina and be like, "There's some sexual tension that formed while I was gone."
What?
Namaste.
That's the reaction.
Milia was not paying attention.
What?
I don't think even Millie was paying attention. So she's just like, what?
Namaste.
Namaste.
Bruce Chan's gonna keep himself.
So after patching up Dreamgrove, Nihilus packs away his healer's kit and he gets up and he looks to the party. He says, "So, you guys are after the killers of the Duke, and also looking for the druids around these parts?"
Indeed.
Yes. Namaste.
Namaste.
Oh, you gotta quit it with that, monk man.
Nope.
Namaste.
Nope. Namaste.
Namaste. So he puts his hands to his chin and his other hand on his hip, and he closes his eyes and seems to think for a bit. He opens his eyes with a smile and looks at you guys and says, "Well, guess it doesn't hurt telling you. I'm looking for a druid, see. Druid by the name of Melissa. She is a part of this druid order around these woods. And you say you're looking for him too?
Yes, and Melissa, that does strike a. It is something I remember, but I don't exactly remember who that is.
Fair enough. She wasn't exactly famous or anything. Katrina?
Heard about her from a document back at the logging camp.
Interesting. Did you guys take this document with you?
No,
I don't think we did.
we were merely investigating. We couldn't. We were not allowed to take anything. We didn't allow anyone else to.
Figures. Well, she's a member of the Pathfinder Society. You ever hear about those?
Yeah, we're doing one right now. Nope, haven't heard of them.
So, use you guys. Roll recall knowledge. Intelligence.
What is
All of
that?
us?
All of you
Oh,
guys.
all
See
of
if
us
you
are
remember
Intelligence checks?
the Pathfinder Society.
Roll. I got a 16. Please let me be the only one to succeed.
Hey, no.
So,
First chance.
so let's start off with our prize pupil here.
Can you just namaste
Bruce
very
Chan,
angrily?
when you hear the word Pathfinder Society, you just completely go brain dead for a brief second. Like you just
You just
It
have a
means
stroke.
nothing to me
Just
from
have a
my
stroke.
monastery in which I grew up. It means nothing to me.
Bruce Chin like flatlines, and in the background you hear, "We live in a society."
and Katrina,
I'll
unfortunately,
grab and take a nap.
in your current state, you don't really recall anything about any Pathfinder Society.
Yeah, I figured she wouldn't know anything about it.
So, Dreamgrove, you remember and recall that the Pathfinder Society is an organization that exists.
It does. I don't care about it. Nature is my mom.
And
my
you
wife.
definitely encountered the term before, but too many specific details are lost to you at the current moment. However, Melia, using her big brain,
I am
manages to
very
recall-
wise, man.
manages to recall information about the Pathfinder Society. It's a global organization, pretty much, and for all intents and purposes, they're explorers, researchers, and mercenaries for hire. And typically, they come in many shapes and sizes, whether it's mercenaries, private investigators, captains, navigators, or even jugglers. It's just a giant organization of just everything all jumbled together to do weird little odd jobs people have spare money for. And Melissa apparently is a member of this Pathfinder Society.
I've read about you guys in a book once.
I love the pictures.
Sir Menigan Lightheart. He was a carpenter who fixed a boat aboard a sinking vessel.
What?
He fixed a boat as it was sinking?
It was very, very impressive.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nihilus just gives his light chuckle before he raises the amulet around his neck. He says, "See, I'm a member of the Pathfinder Society as well. Currently, one of our members has gone missing, so I came out to find her. And finding out information about a druid order just so happens to coincide. So, what do you guys say about teaming up, Britt?"
I feel a temporary alliance is fine with me, seeing as you're a pretty capable healer.
I hate myself.
Why don't
just
you roll
exist.
with 19 charisma?
No. I rolled a 19. I rolled a 20. I have a -1.
Got him.
God.
That's amazing.
So this is the yin and yang of roles right here.
This
Yeah,
is
that kind of just sums out a lot of Fallout characters. They're charismatic
like-
as hell, but they're stupid.
Just like his monk teachings, the yin and the yang. Yang is a Ruby character, and Yin's some random chink motherfucker.
What's ironic is that his lowest roll is the one with the +1, and his highest roll is the one with the -1.
Welcome to
It's
the
the yin and
dichotomy.
yang.
For every good, there must be evil. For every evil, there is good. And then there's Mr. J. He's just a fucking mess.
Well, he's dead now. May
He
rest in
was a
peace.
mess.
Existence that is Mr. J fucking shatters Taoism as a concept.
Mr. J, in his brief existence, transcended time and space.
So, Nihilus then puts his hands on his hips and looks at you guys and says, "So, do you guys know the way to the Druidic Cove?"
I have directions.
Bruce Chan is just gonna point in a direction and say that way.
Hey, don't listen to him.
Doesn't matter which way.
Don't listen to him.
Point in a direction and go that way.
This one is a known liar. I would not recommend listening to this one.
That way. Namaste.
I bet he likes to steal pies. So, that's something about
The villain.
It really is gonna like load a crossbow bolt. We don't want no dirty pie
pie
stealers.
stealers
That's
around
right.
these parts.
Melia, stand down. We need him to pump things.
My mother baked me a pie and it was stolen by a velociraptor.
What world do you live in?
The son of a bitch.
So, you said you had directions there? What's your name?
Kichu and Dreamgrove. You can just call me Dreamgrove if you like.
Ah,
Dreamboat. Okay.
I see.
That's just the
This
name.
party is made up of 50% gay people, and I don't appreciate it because you're approaching upon my gimmick.
Yes, because
Hang on. How many of us are female? How many of us are male?
We're already.
You're gonna be
half
gay
and half. This is
regardless.
gonna be
I
awkward.
don't know. I just want to figure out that dichotomy real
I
quick,
think
so I
it
know
is
how much I need.
exactly 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 females, 2 males.
Cool.
Coltrane.
Are we allowed to make a love triangle? Because that'd be hilarious.
Love triangle with Bruce Chan on the outside. He's just a lone dot.
No, everybody's after Bruce Chan.
Who's that Bruce Chan? Who's that Bruce Chan?
Activate Bruce powers.
Alright, let's continue.
Yeah.
So,
So I have a amulet that allows me to point out the direction of a druidic code. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Just by speaking in druidic.
well, that's very helpful for people who haven't been there. Fortunately for me, Melissa's shown me the way more than a few times. So, remember, there's 2 paths to take to the grove.
And why didst thou ask for directions?
I like to know how well informed my allies are, you know?
We are.
That way! Namaste!
Not looking good so far.
Amelia
So,
is like, oh, well, Bruce Chan, why didn't you speak earlier? She's gonna start going that way.
A
Melia,
troll eats Milia!
Melia grabs Melia's hands like, wait, no.
No,
You
not that
remember.
way.
Not that way.
Bruce Chan's gonna point in one direction and walk the other way.
So, do you know if this artifact points you to a specific entrance, or does it just point you to the grove in general?
That way!
I'm assuming it points me to the grove.
Ah, well. So there's 2 pathways to the grove.
Bruce Chan, get back here.
So one way,
Hey,
Let's
Lee,
just say-
you need to stop holding my hand. When I try and smite the bad guys, they're gonna laugh at me for having you hold my hand.
Somebody's
Why
holding
would
Bruce
they do
Chan's
that?
hand.
Not holding his hand.
Now, why Why would they do that, Amelia?
Because it makes me look weak.
You are weak.
Would you prefer to hold my hand then?
Yes.
Gay,
Rip
gay,
Hider.
gay, 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 gay.
Alright, I lick Amelia's hand and let her grab my hand.
Oh my gosh.
So there's two paths into the Druidic Cove. The path of nature and the path of mysticism.
Nature.
Can I just get a path that goes straight? Like,
No.
fuck your druid bullshit. Let's just go.
I often said that to Melissa too, but druids are pretty secretive in nature from what I've experienced.
Fuck you, druids.
I'm gonna say to her
Fine
side
there.
technically,
Everybody come here, I'm gonna throw you.
I'm gonna talk to her very at a side. I'm gonna have to talk to you about your tone toward nature. You're gonna need to plant a tree to repent.
What?
I don't know who you're talking to, but I don't think it's the right person.
I'm talking to you, Maline. You said fuck your druids.
She
No, I didn't.
Okay, alright, let's settle down a second, settle down. Cameron, Maylene is Thomas. Nate said fuck nature, and that's Bruce Chan. And who
Especially.
should be insulting is Chris, because he
What's
made me
the difference?
tree.
What's the difference?
Who has the holding? Who has the talking stick?
And Dream Grove has. Okay, there he is.
Who has the talking stick? That'd be Yago.
Nobody has the shut up. Nobody has the talking stick. We're all just
Here's the cat.
feeling it.
Oh, that was fucking great.
Alright,
You
keep
need to
going, Chris,
fucking
before we-
repent and plant a tree. I didn't do
Yeah,
anything.
Maylene.
You will soon.
Okay,
The path of
continue.
nature. The path of nature is, well, a path through nature. It's
There you go.
all covered in trees, brushes, and who knows what nasty poisonous plants and vines out there. You apparently just navigate your way through them. You'll be in your way into the cove.
Nature, nature, nature.
The other path, the path of mysticism, according to Melissa, was a lot simpler to get into, but you had to be knowledgeable about magic and primal magic specifically.
Dang it, I'm good at both of those things.
Of course, she never showed me how to do it. She told me to turn around whenever we were there, but I think you guys can figure it out, right?
Yes, of course. I believe we should go through nature or mysticism, whatever you guys feel is right.
Let's go nature. Nature sounds good.
All right, now we're on the
I
good
have
side.
a little bit of a history in dealing with the side of nature, so I think I am better fit for the nature side.
Okay, I
What about
guess
you,
it's
Bruce
looking like
Shane?
nature, so I'll go with nature.
He
Yes,
nods.
good.
Well, before that, he looks into one of the bodies of the orc. So, do you guys know anything about them besides the ones you ran into?
No.
I
No,
think
no, they
you
attacked us.
know more about them than we do.
Fair enough. Just wanted to know if you know what you were dealing with. I mean, you've already killed them, but you were a little roughed up.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Indeed. These guys are very, pretty much bottom of the ladder when it comes to these greenskins.
Oh, good. There's worse.
Of course, there's always worse.
There's always a bigger brontosaurus, Melina.
It's always a bigger fucker.
I'm gonna have to
Exactly.
ask about where you grew up, Amelia.
Me too. That's what I wanted to know.
You grew up in Jurassic Park.
And he's not wrong.
She stole from the snack. She stole from the gift shop to eat food.
Well, when we get on the move, I'm gonna say that Amelia takes up the rear, just so she can try and keep an eye on everybody. And if Maylene is still letting her hold her hand, I'm gonna whisper, "Don't worry." Just decides to jump out at us. I know exactly how to handle the situation.
By honking at it and sucking its toes.
Honk.
I appreciate it, Amelia.
Aside to Bruce Chan.
Let me draw that.
Did you just decide to Bruce just to call him gay?
I called you two gay.
Fucking asshole.
Alright, so we're just gonna wait till the area loads in.
So-
Loading up the area, loading up the map.
So Nihilus explains. All right, so you know I mentioned the name the Unbroken, right? Do you
Yeah.
recall that a minute ago?
I'm gonna have to use recall knowledge real quick.
Beautiful.
Everything.
Ew.
No, you do not.
You were
Oh, it's
perfectly
fine.
aware. You were
Nah, dude.
perfectly aware the whole time.
Nah, dude, you don't make it. You're too dumb.
Dummy.
Regardless, you do recall the term Unbroken. Thank Abadar.
Yeah, I do like a kneel in order to give a quick prayer to Abadar, and then get up in order to start walking again.
So I want the rest of you guys to roll. You remember the name Unbroken, but you do remember what the Unbroken are.
Okay,
So- Roll Knowledge Society. All of you guys. See if you recall.
Society, okay.
Would that just be
Did I get a
society
bad roll?
skill?
Yeah, just
or-
Society. Society. Well, shit.
I'm scared.
We live in a society.
We live in a society.
So,
My excuse is that I am uncaring.
you absolutely have never heard of the Unbroken, and you know what? At this point, you think he's lying about it.
Fucking lying.
They're not
at
real.
least
They're not real.
Maylene.
I
And
just could not believe that they fought a dragon. I absolutely refuse
we
to
can't
believe it.
believe it. And Bruce Chan, you actually know that the Unbroken is a thing, but you just can't remember
That's about it.
specifically what they're about. So now this goes to explain. Well, the Unbroken are, let's just say, a coalition of some sorts of just about every ragtag orc tribe in a particular region that got ballsy enough to join together. And suffice to say, unlike a typical orc horde that you guys stereotypically think of, these guys are a little more disciplined than that. Enough to say, to wipe out just about any single form of opposition in the territory and carving their own little, well, let's just say kingdom. And when I say bottom of the ladder, I literally mean they are the bottom of the ladder. These guys, given ramshackled equipment, hide, crappy leather, and rusty swords, those are the guys that are newly inducted into the order. And you need to prove yourself in order to earn your actual proper war gear and training. Let's just say the higher you go up, the tougher they get, and the more likely they are to know how to stab you even better than the other. And suffice to say, fighting a scouting party is bad news.
Uh-oh.
Have the Elven Kingdom heard of this threat? Are they considering taking action against them, or what?
Elves, they're always taking action against someone, but I'm not sure I've ever heard of them reporting anything, and to be fair, they usually keep to themselves when it comes to these matters. If you want to bring it up to an official, be my guest. They might
Maylene, from
give
what
you a
this man is
reward.
telling us, we're going to have to wage a full-scale war against them in order to win.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Hey, don't get me wrong, they're a threat, but so is just about every single faction out in the world right now.
Yeah, I
And,
love the war.
That
And
is
truth be
true. I
yeah.
was just curious about the matter.
Fair enough. But truth
It's
be
really
told,
weird hearing about these this orc kingdom as you could refer to it. The only orcs that I ever dealt with were small camps,
Mm.
the friendly sort, not like these barbarians.
Barbarians, right? A decent number of them are, well, were, before they got bent into shape to become those disciplined foot soldiers just about every other kingdom respects. But let us hope this doesn't lead to any troubles for us in the future. Fingers crossed.
In that case, maybe we should get a move on before, more are sent our way.
All right. So, speaking of the Duke, let's just say his body, well, at least the area his body was found, is actually not that far out from here. He didn't exactly delve too deep before, well, you heard the reports.
Stabbed real goddamn many times.
So we should stop by there on our way to the path to
Yeah.
the grove.
Yep. It's only a
I'm
quick walk.
going to examine him so goddamn hard.
5 minutes or so.
Let's go.
Lead the
Gives you a
way.
nod and just runs into the woods. Mary Bree. Oop. And you follow him into the woods. And he did, his statement about, like, a couple of minutes away was particularly not long after you delve into a thicket of trees and brushes, you eventually find what appears to be another clearing and what seems to be the remnants of a campfire and a conveniently placed log.
Is it this one?
Correct. That's the one. And you see immediately that there's just the one log and a makeshift fire pit. And there doesn't seem to be anything else here. No body, no nothing. But there is a clear, what appears to be like a wooden spike placed near the entrance of this area, and a flag which appears to show the symbol of the Elven Empire.
So it was the mayor who did it.
Were you listening? It was obviously the druid who did it.
Hey.
Philia is gonna immediately start looking around for tracks, foot markings, any notifications of where the or went after making this camp.
So, anyone who's searching first, if you're immediately looking to the vicinity of the camp, I'd like you to roll perception. And if you're specifically looking for tracks, roll survival.
I will just look around in the vicinity.
I want to roll for survival. I'm going to smell the tracks if I find any.
Them some good smelling.
Smells like mahogany.
Mahogany. Okay, so, first off, Bruce Chan, Malene, Katrina, you find that there is no body here. However, there is a clear, like, what appears to be like a crude little circle or like human body shape to notify that there used to be a body there.
It could have been a deer.
And you can also see a similar stake, similar to the one outside the perimeter of this camp, and with what appears to be Elven writing on it.
What does it say?
It says, Duke Sahim's body.
Uh-huh. Alright, well, we know this is where he laid.
And Bruce Chan, upon further investigating the camp, you use your lovely Super Sugoi Sentai eyes, and you squint, and you discover just lying just in the corner, close to one of the trees, is what appears to be a large dagger of some sort. And upon closer inspections, it appears that the dagger is very similar to the ones used by the orcs your party encountered earlier. And on top of that, You also discover 2 similar knives. You find that lovely dagger right there. And you find 2 more. What appear to be the crude blades used by the goblins you ran into earlier, scattered across the camp. Also, you take a closer look and see that there doesn't appear to be any blood on them. They do look worn and chipped, but no blood. Also, let me head off onto Milia and Neos. Milia, you use your awesome Sugoi superhero eyes, and eventually, you spot what appears to be tiny humanoid feet. Pretty much exactly the same as the goblin tracks you saw earlier. And it delves deeper into the woods. Yeah, go ahead.
Like the track, she's not gonna immediately like follow them out back at what everybody else has found so far, and then you can continue with Dreamgrove.
So, like, do you declare what you found, or are you asking?
Just asking.
So, before everyone explains what they found explains to the party, Dreamgrove, you use your lovely tracking skills to investigate even further. Looking deeper into the tracks, you can see that the goblin tracks don't really have any deep imprints that you'd expect, say, from like boots. It's just a flat, clear, just mark into the dirt. And also, you find off to the side humanoid-sized footprints that also lead deeper into the woods. I'm just gonna do that. And little tiny goblin feet. So that's what you guys found at this camp so far. How do you guys explain it to the party?
What did you guys found?
And see, we're using past tense after present tense.
Have you guys found anything?
I found humanoid tracks along with some short people tracks. They lead deeper into the
found-
woods.
I found those as well.
I'd like to point at the 3 trees and be... I found 3 large knives similar to the ones you guys encountered earlier. They don't seem to have any blood, so I don't think anybody was harmed. And then I say under my breath, fucking pathetic.
You think they could have been using this as a camp before they found us?
Possibly. So which direction did you say the tracks ran off into?
To the northeast, I believe.
So the humanoid-sized tracks lead further northeast into the woods. And the goblin-sized tracks lead to the northwest.
But the real question is, where do we go first?
Gentlemen, I think we have but one option. Split the party.
No.
This is a terrible idea, but I'm all for it.
No.
Split the
No.
party. Split the party. Split the party. Split the party.
We already know
I
what happened
totally
when one of us
split it.
wasn't present. We don't need to split half and half.
Split Dreamgrove in half so that he can cover more ground.
Bruce Chan is just going to start walking in this direction.
Which direction?
This direction.
Okay.
I'm more intrigued about the human tracks.
I was going to suggest to follow the human tracks, but
Hey man,
whatever.
he left. It's up to you what you want
Humans
to do.
are this way, goblins are this way.
Okay, Milia, you're gonna have to make sure Bruce Chan is alright.
Yeah.
And
That or
give-
just grab my hand and lead me somewhere else. I'm not very picky. I made a decision and it was to start walking that way. I'm easily influenced.
I am just gonna follow Bruce Chan because that's what I was told to do.
A terrible idea.
Chris, does it look scary this direction?
Yes,
It's
it's terrifying.
dark forest, and the only noises you hear are the audible sounds of insects and wildlife scattered throughout the entirety of the forest.
So it's dark?
It's smelly.
Is it dark?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna walk this way.
Are you afraid of the dark, Bruce Chan?
No, I can't see.
Well, that's fine, but you...
That's a valid point.
I can't see. I'm a human.
It's too dark.
So you wouldn't hear me complaining. All I have to do is turn into a cat.
That's-
Well, yeah, you do. You can just.
I do not have that ability. I can hear the enemies and punch in a general direction. I cannot see them. So what I hit is unknown. But I will hit something. Don't you worry.
Hit a tree up and mad.
Namaste.
I'm gonna hit a tree and it's gonna go through the tree into the being.
Don't
you worry.
Alright, well, yeah, we got Bruce Chan back. Go on. Let's go.
The dark was enough to convince him to follow us.
Hold on.
What did you find? She's gonna like lightly shake Maylene.
What?
She's lightly shaking you,
Fine.
asking you, what did you find?
What did I find? I found where Zahib's body was. The camp. If you're talking about the camp.
Yes. Was it buried?
No, it was just an imprint of where he laid. According to a sign that was planted there. Why that was planted there, I have no idea.
Maybe the fucking elves did it.
Let's follow. Lilia's just gonna think on this for a second.
You roll to think.
If she starts thinking too long, she's just gonna grab her head and start walking into the direction with everyone else.
You
Chris,
think.
do I
Your brain
think?
no explode yet.
Okay.
Alright, so, Bruce Chan, you go to the path to the left, correct?
He did, but he was too scared to go that way.
So you went to the path to the right.
Yeah, I looked this way, realized it was dark, and like double timed over to them.
Millie, are you just thinking there?
What's up?
You just, yeah, no, that's fine. So, boop. Now let's look at the situation before you guys are leaving the camp area. And he turns to you and says, oh. So, well, they haven't discovered the exact murder method. It seems to me that the authorities in question have marked this area off as a murder scene. Hence the holes and markings and shenanigans.
And we just desecrated it. Great.
Okay, that explains the sign then.
They probably took the corpse away. Elvens are kind of finicky when it comes to their nobility.
I'm going to
No,
slap
this
my
one-
slap my fist on my hand. I knew it. I had a feeling they took his corpse away.
Well, I mean, sure, they took the corpse for proper rites, but investigation takes a bit more time. They're a little bureaucratic, and it takes them a while to get anything done. And Zahim wasn't exactly the most, say, influential noble, so they're going to take a little bit more time to come up with an investigation team.
Ouch.
Truly unfortunate.
Yeah, they're big. It tends to get like that.
They're big. They're chunky.
They're oh so funky.
Coconut gun!
Fire. If he shoots ya, the Duke's gonna die. He's dead too. He's the first dead guy
Gun!
on this coconut gun.
Coconut gun!
Just you just got Mila over whatever the fuck her name is rapping over here.
Coconut
There's just Bruce Chan twerking in the background.
Come on, Maylene, take it to the fridge.
Coconut gun!
Bruce
Yeah,
Chan
just
Just
flips
starts
it.
awkwardly shifting your shoulders.
Your arthritis kicks in.
Athletics.
Medic.
So,
Well, you're an orphan. You can.
now let's continue this explanation. So, well, hopefully we can figure out the cause sooner than later, because typically these investigation teams are a little bit more thorough than they need to be. As in, they take in just about anyone related to the scenario for questioning, and it takes more than a little bit of time for that to happen.
Shit.
And then it could be theoretical that we would be taken in for questioning as well.
Yeah,
That
I
would
wonder.
be really unfortunate, Maylene, wouldn't it be?
Epic
I wonder why they took us.
foreshadowing. Epic
I wonder why they
foreshadowing.
took us to prison, though.
It's not like we were involved with the murder or anything.
As long as the prison's not horrible, disgusting, and all around just miserable.
Or
It
they
doesn't look
drug
like an
us.
orphanage.
As long as they tell me the safety word, I'm good.
You gotta
Namaste.
Namaste.
you gotta tell bludgeoning to them first.
Say you were held in prison for various reasons. Would you treat the investigator with respect?
Who are you asking this question?
Can.
But of course, it's only polite.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Well, regardless, it's not really worth it to think about stuff like that until it happens. So, let us continue on our path. So, you know, he Nightly moves past you guys a little bit, tapping Bruce Chan on the shoulder real quick before heading further off into the wilderness. He says, "Follow me. The path of nature is this way." Let's see how long it.
Bruce 10.
Leah's starts going
Cease
back
your
to
wandering.
Christian.
Cease your wandering.
Oh no, First Chant, this way. This is where everyone's going.
Someone needs to hold Bruce Chan's hand. He's
I'm
like a
gonna be
toddler.
honest. I saw Bruce Chan moving. I thought that was Chris moving his character, so Billy just started following him on instinct.
That sounds like something someone smart will do.
I'm just gonna follow.
Speaking of which, has he been talking to us from at least 500 yards away?
Amelia
So-
is gonna quickly, like as they're walking, move over to Dream Grove, like style next to him. Dream Grove, I heard that you were talking earlier about a cat.
Uh-huh.
It's animals.
Yes, I can.
Can you show me?
Hold on, I need to see how often I can actually use this.
You delve into your mind to think, how often can you use this ability? I think once per day. Also, I believe it's anathema to teach people your druidic ways.
Yeah, I'm not gonna teach anybody because, it's against my religion. I mean, beliefs.
He doesn't delve deep into his mind. He pulls out his rabbinic handbook.
I need
Guide
to
on
double
how to be a druid.
section 2. I need to make sure I got my verification right.
Alright, so I'm gonna activate Wild Shape.
So,
Activate Wild Shape, and then in turn use Pest Form because that's the only one I have, and in turn myself into a cat.
can you tell us?
Maylene is gonna squeal and pick up Dream Grove and start petting him and carrying him.
Can I talk while I'm in a cat?
I'm gonna
Can I
say
be like-
yes for now.
Can I be like Garfield? And go,
I'm gonna say yes, but I will investigate this at a later date. This is
Please
still
put me
technically
down.
0.2, so your rules are
Please put me down, you're basically giving me a massage.
pet the cat.
I'm
Lee
petting the
moves
cat.
over to pet cat.
Stop petting me!
Roll athletics to see how hard you pet.
Oh god.
You're so adorable.
I'm gonna give him a good hug squeeze.
Give him yeah. Actually,
I should have turned into a particularly ugly cat.
no. You don't really pet him that hard, Katrina. You're very gentle when it comes to slapping the cat.
Bruce Chan is trying his hardest not to grab the cat and
As
snap
you
its neck.
should.
Roll
Don't you touch me,
willpower.
Bruce Chan. Don't you dare touch me, Bruce
Roll
Chan.
willpower, Bruce.
Oh god.
Roll willpower, Bruce.
That was good. I was scared there for a second.
How hard do I pet the cat, Chris?
I saw the -1 pop up and was scared. I'm like, how?
Nate, come to me, my brother, for we are now brothers in arms.
So, Millie, you try to hold the cat. You try to give him a good old hug and pet, but you end up like
Dropping it.
you say you grab him by the scruff of the neck, so he's like dangling by his neck,
Ow.
and his body's just swinging like a pendulum.
And then you drop him on his head.
Hold me proper, woman.
Belly rub.
So Dreamgrove, roll that dank reflex to escape this horrifying situation.
Where's my reflex?
What is your
I'll
reflex?
find you. I'll find it. One
You
of these
can do
days.
it. I believe you.
Where are you?
Yes, you can.
Found it.
You
Oh,
do not escape death grip. That is Milia's horrible animal handling.
I love you.
Do I succeed, Chris?
Yes, you do. You will yourself to not touch the cat with your massive man hands.
Bruce Chan, do you want to pet Dreamgrove?
Oh,
this is weird.
I'm sorry. I must decline.
Here on
Namaste.
let me show you how to hold him properly. And Lilia's going to attempt to take
Roll.
hold of Dreamgrove and hold him,
Roll.
like cradle him in her arms.
See how well you hold the
Roll what?
roll athletics.
Hissing at Maylene.
I hear
You use the legendary technique of squishing the cat, and you grab a hold of Dreamgrove. Then you squish the cat. Then you press down. You squish the cat. Then you grab the cat in both arms, giving leverage on both ends of his body, so he's well balanced and not tugged in anywhere. And you got him a little good cradle grab.
This is so
cradle him
weird.
right into my flat chest.
There's nothing there.
Thomas and me are very opposite body types. Is now
Right.
I just
Yep.
remembering.
Yep.
Except one is more gentle, which is really weird.
Must pet cat.
Pet the cat. Pet.
Also, I don't know if I can change back. I don't know if I can change back on demand. So I might be like this for 10 minutes.
Scratch behind the ear.
Suddenly, Dreamcove's gonna turn back to normal.
I say you can
Millie's
turn
arms.
instant anytime you want. You just, of course, you lose your lovely slot transform point for the day.
It says duration 10 minutes. I don't know if I can just. Oh, frequency constant.
It just lasts constantly. I'll say you're able to change back whenever you wish.
I'm gonna change back so I can stop being pet.
Oh.
Do you-
Katrina, roll athletics to see if you can carry Dreamgrove's entire man body.
Alright. Probably
You do not carry
Yeah.
Dreamgrove's entire man body, and you fall prone to the ground with Dreamgrove on top of you. Not even in the it's just his ass is on your lap.
You see, Maylene? That's why that was the wrong way to hold the cat.
Dreamgrove, why didn't you warn me first?
Because I kind of got tired of being manhandled.
You fat fuck, get off!
I am
Why
actually,
did
well,
you tell us to stop?
I did.
All we heard was meow.
It only egged us on.
You let us on, you harlot!
I should have turned into an ugly cat.
Ugly duckling. Ugly duck. So, Nihilus looks at this shenanigans, he looks at your antics, and he just laughs. He can't really hold it in. It's funny. He finds it adorable. He looks to you guys like, you guys had enough fun before the day before we head off into hell?
I wanted to just pet the cat.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like he wants to be petted.
Don't worry, Amelia. We'll try to find some stray cats on our way somewhere.
And accidentally get them killed because of intelligence.
No, the
No.
stray cats need to be taken to the pound.
I see.
Oh,
That's
what
where they're
even-
safest.
I'm just gonna dust myself off because now
They definitely aren't killed there after they stay there for too long.
Can't just take a stray cat and keep it. That's against the rules, man.
That's illegal.
What rules?
Law.
Recall knowledge to see if
what
you
law?
remember this.
Alright, this is gonna be the thing. If I can't even remember the laws, I think I'm just gonna immediately lose paladin rights at every possible moment. Have
Probably.
this one.
No.
Oh, intelligence.
You make it. You remember there's a law that exists about animals, and that you should be cautious about picking up random animals. But the details are lost to you. But you have the capability of asking your fellow Abadar mates any questions when they show up. If they show up.
It will never show up.
Yeah.
I've already killed them all.
Namaste. He says after standing over their corpses.
Sorry, what happened?
See, he just got out of blood rage mode. So, Nihilus gives you a, it's a little nod. He just, well, follow me. And then he ducks into the brush.
I'm gonna let everybody go after me, and I'm gonna hang by the back just to see if I can spot any suspicious moves
I will take point.
on anyone's part.
So,
Um,
a lovely feature I didn't really implement earlier on was how, the separation of scenario. It's very obvious. It's literally just exploration, relaxation, shit like that in combat. So, during exploration, aka just you traveling the world, you can do a couple of actions. These are listed: avoiding notice, defending, detect magic, follow the expert, hustle, investigate, repeat a spell, scout, and search. All of these little features are available to use while you are exploring the world. However, if you do choose to do one of those, you move at half speed, taking a decent length of time to do so, but you get bonuses. For example, follow the expert. If you're doing a particular skill, you do so by following that of an ally who's an expert. You get a +2 circumstance bonus to the check if you're skilled and you're following someone. If not, you add your level if you're untrained. So, for example, if you do not know how to sneak as good as someone, you could say, I'm going to follow the expert, and depending if that's, say, Katrina or something like that, you can follow her. And if you're trained in stealth, you get a +2. If you're not, you get, say, a +1. Also, if you use the defend action, you can also raise your shield before combat starts, so you don't have to take an action to raise your shield. So, just let me know if you want to do any of those little things, and I'll tell you what you get and what you have to do. But, back to the thing, back to the main adventure. Nihilus is, sneaking his way through the brush, exploring the woods, and he's, investigating to see if there's anyone, or anything suspicious. And after, say, 5 or so minutes of exploring the woods, I'd like you all to make a perception check.
And you,
yes,
sir?
sir.
Alrighty.
Fuck.
You don't see Jack or shit.
I see jack shit.
I have a 12.
I was
see
too busy
everything.
thinking about cat.
I saw nothing.
You see nothing, Batman.
I
Okay.
see nothing because I am
So-
still haunted of my memories of being pet.
Using your stupid chink eyes, which are really weird looking in artwork, you spot the 3 diminutive forms of goblins scanning the horizon. Nihilus seems to catch on as well, and he looks to you for confirmation.
I nod to him and then I turn to everyone else, like, say, stop, finger, before mouth.
Stop, finger!
You
And
cannot stop
just
me.
point into the general direction of the goblos.
So
It may lead upon seeing this is gonna like look at her hands and go, no, stop it.
Okay.
So, those that weren't aware of the goblins earlier are now very aware of those goblins. You see 3 of them, each in significantly better quality gear than the goblins you ran into earlier. They all appear to be wearing well-tailored, just decently tailored pants, and they all have very sturdy-looking boots. Their body is covered in protective equipment and are covered in various bandoliers. You can see their lovely designated dog slicers in their arms and hands as they scan the area.
Are they green?
One of them is of a brownish color.
Oh, that one's gonna die first.
That one must be made of chocolate.
Hang on. So I don't think we even should fight these guys. Let's try sneaking around them first.
Yeah, try.
Avoid a fight
Says
when
the
I
rogue.
can.
Repeat that, Milia.
I said I would like to avoid a fight when I can, but proven themselves to be of an unsavory type. I don't know if we should just let them go.
Do you think they'd let us go?
Not necessarily in the position to fight them immediately, so I don't know. I turned towards the guy. I already forgot his fucking name.
Guy Fieri.
Yeah,
Nihilus?
sure. Nihilus, yeah.
There you go. You remembered. See, you don't even need me to tell you. You're smart.
Yeah, I just need someone else to tell me.
Being able to
Thankfully,
understand directions
playing
is a sign of
D&D
intelligence,
is good.
sweetheart. So you look to Nihilus. Nihilus looks to you. He looks at the goblins. He looks back at you. He looks at Brewston. He looks back to you.
I hate all of you.
looks at the stick,
camera's not in
looks
on
back
the
to
joke.
Hulk.
Camera's not in on the joke.
Oh my gosh.
That might be.
He doesn't know the beauty that was the Fallout session.
Oh, that was glorious. Look
No,
at
we
this.
still
Look
need
at
to
that.
fucking
Let's see.
continue, goddammit.
Oh yeah, we do. I'm gonna play that out. I'm playing that out. I'm fucking playing that out, dude.
All right,
I
what
want
what happens
to
next?
fucking play Marvy again, damn it. She
You
is
mean
my
you're-
girl.
You're a Yang ripoff.
Yes.
We need
what
Mr.
about the-
Bombastic.
What about
Mr. Boom.
what about the barkeep lady? What about the kitsune, Thomas?
Oh no, there's so many iconic characters of our repertoire.
I miss her. I want to pet more.
So many more characters.
After this, we're gonna have to like compile all of our like legacy characters they stand out.
I only have 3, so that's it.
Hey man, one's better than none, dude.
Oh.
So
All right, back into it.
Nihilus looks back to you. He looks at the goblins. He looks back to you. He shakes his head.
Up, down, left, right. Which direction?
Left to right.
Fuck.
Yeah, so not towards the goblins. I would suggest taking his advice and going around them.
All right, so I'd like you all to make stealth checks. Yay!
Oh,
Yay!
goody gumdrops.
You
This is where we
fool,
all
Chris.
fucking
You
suck.
fool! You thought that as a paladin I have shitty stealth. Well, I don't.
You
suck
actually
dick.
rolled better than me. What the fuck?
I have a +7.
All right, guys.
I have
A +7. Holy
a plus
shit.
6. I have a plus 6.
I have an 18 in dexterity and I'm trained in stealth because I am a sneak boy.
All right, yep, that'll do it.
I am smaller than you, so it makes sense.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, here. Let me check their stats real quick.
Fuck them.
Make them very mentally disabled, quickly.
Hold on there, buddy. Hold
I'm gonna throw a paper airplane at Dreamgrove while he can't see me, and then on the paper airplane it's gonna have "turn into a cat again" written on it.
Hold on there, buddy.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
They see my beautiful body emerging from the forest. They're like, Doki Doki want that druid.
Milia, you blend in with the shrubbery, using your experience as a hunter to hide underneath using the shadow of the trees and the foliage. Unfortunately, everybody else, your attempts at trying to hide, unfortunately, lead to your discovery. Whether it's actually, let me go check individual scores and determine how you're found out.
Maylene bumped into them.
Milia bumps into Katrina, revealing her hair to the goblin.
Bruce Chan is dummy thick, so the clap of his ass cheeks alerted the goblin.
I
To be
can't
fair,
believe they actually
spontaneously
just
combust.
rolled enough to see me.
At this, at the right of the peripheral, they barely see the distinct color that is you. And Bruce Chan, yes, you were in fact dummy thick that you immediately you clap your ass cheeks alerted the guard.
I'm playing the weirdest paladin of all time. I'm not very strong. I can't get hit very well. I'm fucking dumb as shit, but I'm a sneaky boy with a gun.
It's
Yeah,
working.
paladins are
and
pretty
it's,
dumb.
It's working, and I don't like it.
Yeah, so Bruce Chan, you're dummy thick, and you alert the guards.
The clippity clap of my ass cheeks.
Dream Grove, your hand hits like a twig and it snaps it. And the three gobos notice you're there.
Just gonna make like eye contact with the gobos.
One of them in common says, "We know you're hiding there. Come on out."
We have intruders. Get Jerry, the gun goblin.
I'm gonna tell everybody to look away from me.
Our boss war god Big Bang Bang.
So they beat the dragon.
They shot the dragon to death.
I'm
Maline's
gonna-
going to pull out her composite bow and attempt to sneak even further into the brush away from them.
I'm gonna tell everybody to look away from me. Just look away, guys. Just look away. I'm gonna stick my hand out of the brush.
Yeah.
And flip them the bird.
Amelia is
Roll
gonna
save.
wait
See if
until
one gets
all
angry.
their everybody takes their actions, and then depending on how the goblin reacts, is gonna act.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stick my hand out while everybody's not looking and just go.
So the goblins, they managed to resist the tempting urge of getting mad at you from you flipping the bird.
Fuck you!
So they see, we no mean you harm. We want to see you out. And
All right, I'm a.
specifically states, we have orders to take prisoners live. Otherwise, we get the maze.
Bruce Chan would like to tell everybody to cover their ears for 2 seconds. I'd like to step out and say, okay, I'll take the mace, but what's the safety word?
Can I just curse in Druidic, calling Bruce Chan a really fucking stupid piece of shit?
Maline's going to...
They've already seen us. I've already stuck my hand out and flipped
They've
them off.
already seen you.
They've already seen me. They know I'm here. I'm gonna fuck with them as I kick their ass, or at least attempt to.
One of them states, we're not looking for a fight. We simply want talk. Captain says he wants to speak to you.
Well, he
I'm
can
going
come
to-
here.
I'm going to pop
I'm
out
going
with
there.
with grace and go,
Namaste.
Can
why does your
I...
captain wish to speak to us?
Shut up.
Can I
No.
sense motive?
Yeah, go for it.
Shut up. Voices in my head that are out loud.
So what's the sense motive equivalent here?
So it's perception. It's perception.
Oh, perception.
Perceive their bullshittery. Do it.
Yeah. See,
Ooh, shit.
so you, Hawkeye, using your lovely social graces,
Yeah, sure. -1 charisma. Okay.
you can immediately determine that he doesn't seem to be lying. His body posture is confident. There's no stuttering. He looks straight at Bruce Chan's eyes when he says it. No shaking either. His body language is firm.
A question.
What's that?
Don't know where I am. Does the party know where I am?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Lean's gonna then.
Lelia is gonna like underneath her breath. Do we trust them?
Lean's just going to say, "Alright, if you just want to talk, we'll talk." She's gonna put her bow away and then come out of the brush.
They don't know where you guys are.
Oh, they do. They know Katrina's there now.
Now they know that.
The goblins look at Katrina and they sheath their weapons.
Okay. Come on, guys. Come out. It's fine.
Does anyone else come out?
Very apprehensively, I will follow Katrina.
Lelia is scared.
She is short, and there are people shorter than her. That terrifies her.
The words are so scary.
Milia is gonna look up at Amelia and like put a finger up to her lips. Face.
What do you think?
Lean's just going to grab her hand and pull her out of the brush.
All
You're gonna have to fucking fight me for it.
right, roll comparative athletics, baby.
Holy high power to know.
Yeah!
Wow, okay.
I made the check.
Roll again.
Please get another one. Oh,
Shit, Maylene, into the brush I go. Roll perception to find where I am.
Katrina, you get pulled into the brush. The goblins are confused.
what the fuck?
It's okay. Allies being.
Put a mouth over her. Put a hand over her mouth. I
So
don't
the
trust
goblins
these
look
goblins
to
yet.
Bruce Chan. They say, "You want to talk here or talk over back at camp?"
What's the
Here
difference?
would be lovely. Namaste.
Aileen, I'm gonna let go of your mouth if you promise not to start screaming and listen to me for a second. Move my hand and pet her hair.
And then you suck your toes. Boop. All right. So
Leo,
Ooh,
why
let me
should
make your
you
toes.
trust goblins who had previously just attacked us and knew about us being here before we even knew that they existed?
Katrina, what is your response?
Those goblins in particular were not lying about what they were saying. There was
I
no
swear
hesitation in
this-
their voices. All that they said they wanted to talk, and I believe them.
It said they wanted to talk, but that doesn't mean that they that they mean well.
They might insult us.
How dare they?
Well, we can burn that bridge when we get there.
We'll burn that bridge when we get
Well,
there.
at least
Do anything fire?
at least let me just stay hidden, just so that go south.
I can sneak up and shank them in the neck.
And shoot Bruce Chan in case he does something stupid.
Alright, just stay close by.
I will. I'm gonna pet her head again and then let her go.
I burst out forth from the brush.
So, one of the goblins heads on back, and after like a couple, like I'd say like 2 or 3 minutes, he returns with two orcs following behind him. One
They
orc.
green.
Well, yes, they are both green. One orc is dressed in what appears to be a uniform of some sort, wearing a breastplate over a gambeson, and there seems to be it seems to be an armband around his right arm, and one of those lovely knuckle daggers at his hip. However, there is also a large sword, a sheath on his left hip, and a shield in his left arm. And next to him is a significantly larger orc, like I'd say a head or two taller than him, and he's completely covered in what appears to be a form of plate armor. The armor is covered in various foliage, grass, dirt, covering pretty much the gray metallic color of the armor itself. And you could tell that he's just sizing you guys up. Do you guys want to initiate conversation?
Want to size them up?
Is anybody else with me, or is it just
Well,
Bruce
everybody
and-
else is behind you, pretty much. They're
Behind
there.
me,
They're
but
in the
there's-
open.
Chris,
Okay.
remind me who the biggest one of them is.
The one fully armored.
who came out?
All right.
I know
Appear
I
now.
came
I
out.
appear to be missing because I also came out.
Move your
Was it?
thing onto the map, Thomas.
Yeah, grab your token and move it onto the map. Just grab your name and drag it onto the map, and it'll place your token.
Okay, there we go.
Everybody revealed themselves except me.
Yeah. Did everybody reveal themselves except?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I wish to walk up to the biggest one, nonchalantly, and stick out my hand.
He looks at your gesture, perplexed, but he doesn't really react to it beyond that.
Rip. Have you planted any trees lately?
Not my job. He responds simply.
I like his attitude.
They are doing it. It's just not him.
I would like to look to anybody else who has exposed themselves to these things to talk, because Mr. Bruce Chan,
Mr.
sorry,
J
I'm
is
I'm not Mr. J. Mr. J is dead.
Mr. J is among
Mr.
them.
J's
He's the bandit
Jay's
chief.
dead. May he
Bring up
rest in
him.
peace.
What's that?
Where's Nihilus, by the way?
He's
Oh,
hiding.
he's still hiding.
There's a man
Fucking
who's next to you.
Just gonna reach back, grab the bitch, and throw him at him. Like, have this one.
You look around, he's nowhere to be found.
I'm not gonna actually do that, but yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna look to absolutely anyone else who exposed themselves.
How do you
to
gesture?
talk.
How do you portray that?
Just kind of like look
Nudge
at
him a little- nudge your
look at
shoulder
the
a little
look
bit.
at the rest of my party. Like, you go
Give
talk
a
to
puppy
them.
dog eyes.
Just like you go talk to them. It's not gonna end well if I talk to them. I talk with my fists.
Maylene stares at Dreamgrove.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're electing me then.
Yes.
You are an elected representative. Save us.
All right. Exactly. What would you got? What do you guys do? What did y'all want to talk about?
So, you guys are new to these woods, are you not?
I might be new to these woods, but the woods in general.
I know the woods.
I'm
I
used,
am the woods.
Nelia is gonna, like, in her head go, seconded.
I'm used to getting railed in the woods.
I'm not.
Orcs,
It's never happened to me.
specifically.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So he looks at the party. He looks at Dreamgrove, who appears to be the one taking the stand. He walks closer, and he's once again, taking a look, pretty much just sizing you up, just scanning you up and down your armaments, your clothing, your equipment, before staring directly at Dreamgrove's eyes. He brings his hands to his breastplate and says, "Melkoff."
I will do the same gesture that he is, and go, Kitruin.
Second commander of the scouting division of the Unbroken Legion. It appears you've been investigating the death of your noble. Is this correct?
Yes, it is.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that you understand that we have nothing to do with him. Absolutely nothing.
Cool. Our investigation here with these guys are done. Let's roll out. Let's go find the druid bitches.
Um,
Sense
I was
motive.
like, yeah, I wanted to sense
I
motive,
would like to do that as
Well,
well.
All of you roll perception.
but I don't want to I don't want to make myself look too obvious in front of him.
I got a 6.
Oh no.
I think I
Thank
Oh,
you.
no.
Cannot tell whether or not he is lying at all. At least
Well,
for
all
me.
right. Maylene got a 19.
I read that.
And Kitruin got a 16.
So, you're all skeptical of that very bold claim, of course. But you can tell the intensity of his eyes. He feels confident in that statement. Also, these stupid fucking millipedes need to get the hell out of my house. Jesus Christ. Hold on.
We
Hold on.
seek warmth.
Yeah, you
They
need to
do.
do something about that.
I'm gonna kill the fucking lot of them. I'm gonna eat them all for protein.
Fuck yeah!
But they smelled so gross when we
Pirates
smushed them.
did eat weasels.
Fuck, there you are, you little bitch. Give him this napkin right there, yeah. It's like
Same
the fucking
here later.
7th one this week. God damn.
Throw the napkin out the window.
No, I'm crushing it up and flushing it.
Dude, fucking call pest control. Jeez.
The
Permatreat
spiders
pest
aren't
control.
doing their job.
Permatreat pest control. When insects come
I
crawling,
did
be sure to
flush the
stop
thing.
stalling. Called Permatreat pest control.
Hey,
Thanks for the
Chris,
dead
just be
spiders.
lucky that when I used to live in Virginia, it used to be like one wasp in my house at least a week.
That's telling, isn't it?
I had flies
actually
in my
used-
room. I don't clean it.
It actually used to be three a week.
Jesus Christ. But to your guys' knowledge, Malkoth is telling the truth. He and his orcs and goblins were not responsible for the death of the Duke.
Does he have anything else to say?
He says, he looks at you guys and questions, did you happen to run into another scouting party on the way here?
Shit. I'm not saying that to him, but guys, I think we might have killed somebody that he knows.
No, we did not run into anybody else along the way.
Billy is pulling her hair out.
Melee's nudges first chance like.
No, I did not encounter anyone else.
Roll deception.
It's not deception. Bruce Chan did not encounter anyone else.
Everyone else besides Bruce.
Hey, I didn't
not
say
trying-
anything.
I didn't say that we didn't.
So who did?
I'm not saying.
Bruce Chan did it. We did not encounter anybody else.
Bruce Chan did not counter anyone else.
I did not encounter anyone else.
You have to roll it because you missed out in the session.
I think Dreamgrove said something.
Yeah, this isn't gonna go well. Yeah,
It might not go very
I mean
well.
that's not bad.
Because I'm thinking about being truthful to this man.
So Bruce Chan, you did explicitly say you didn't run into anyone else.
I didn't run into anyone.
You can hear like a guttural growl coming from Malkoth, and he takes a couple of hefty sniffs at you.
Liar.
Lie, deception, lie. I can smell it on you.
Well, I'm gonna tell him straight up. He's an idiot. We did run into a scouting party.
They're fake.
That's different blood that you're smelling.
It's my
That's
blood.
a different one.
That's a different thing that I killed.
Katrina's blood. You know.
That's a different innocent person that I killed. Don't worry about that.
So he looks to Dreamgrove. He says, "Their fate."
I tell him that the goblins were killed, but one of them ran away.
Yeah.
As well as one of the orcs.
But I will also claim that we were
the
defending
orcs
ourselves and we tried to make safe passage.
The orc died super hard.
Nihilus shot at him while the orc
Oh,
was
yeah.
trying to run away.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah. That's right.
Useless vassals. They expect us to bring in recruits when they can hardly hold their own discipline. Useless, a lot of them. I'm glad you killed them.
Well, okay, then that problem solved.
That was so easy. I was so already like, and roll initiative. All right.
We were
glad
explicitly
we were
ordered
able
to
to
keep
do
hostilities at a minimum, and yet here they are looking for fights, like it's
Get 'em
back in the
fucked up.
I will say, in their defense, the two goblins we did meet first, they were about to let us pass before the orc ordered them to attack.
Must have been Decimus. Whelp was too eager to prove himself through blood, though not understanding that the old ways are no more. His death will not be worshipped.
Real quick, what's this guy's name? Chris?
Malcolm.
Malcolm. Very
Macaron.
orc.
Malcolm?
Macaroni.
Malcolm. Very orky.
Keep going. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick. But...
So Malkoth looks at you and just says, "Well, no matter. You have been aired by my party, regardless of my intentions. You will be compensated."
Compensated in what way, sir?
In knowledge.
Fair enough. What have
Billy
you
is
to say?
just like, oh no, I don't use that stuff.
No, knowledge is gross.
Ew, book. Where are the pictures?
It's wet, of course, it gets everywhere.
It smells like poopy. So, he points over into the general direction of the Druidic Cove. We sent a scouting party to scout out that area. None of them came back. We hadn't anticipated any dangerous wildlife here. And truth be told, there hasn't been any. Suspicious, I need. We could detect foul magics amongst that place.
Oh, you say?
There's foul magic over there. Evil druids.
Please talk louder so the orcs can hear, so the goblins can hear you.
They have
Oh.
big ears.
Probably already know that she's there now.
I'm whispering.
To who?
To the other guy that's with us, whatever his name was.
Tylenol.
Nihilism.
It's, you
Nihilist.
know, it's the Pathfinder Ranger Tylenol. Let's not forget his companion.
Tylenol Jr.
Steroids.
And then
Damn.
his cousin Pepto-Bismol.
He has quite the abysmal attitude.
Then that guy's son Tums.
Nobody wants to talk about Flintstones, vitamin
Tomadon
W.
Dums.
Full name, by
I
the
got
way.
sick off eating the gummy ones too much.
Like you're not supposed to overtake them, but they're so tasty.
I was 8. Let me live.
Telling me I should've-
Amelia ate the entire jar, and then her intelligence dropped from 10 to 7.
Okay, truth be told, overdosing of vitamin C doesn't exactly hurt you that much. It just gives you the shits.
As she shat out her brain.
But if it was like vitamin K or something, then you hurt yourself for real. So don't overtake those gummies.
Yes, Dad.
Duly noted.
So Malkoth continues and just says, "In truth, we were here to scout out the potential threat of these druids. But, as you might know already, they're not here. Either they were scared off by whatever is in there currently. I've smelled druids before. This is unnatural."
Do you smell one now?
Did you just ask him, can you smell them now?
I just asked him, could you smell one now?
I don't think he needs to smell amounts
Mel
of
Gibson?
growth in there.
Smell Gibson.
Oh, you nightmares.
Your nightmares. We're all nightmares.
I pretty much say to him, well, thank you for the knowledge. We're actually trying to look for a group of druids ourselves, along with, like, finding the mystery of the dead noble.
Well, let it be known that we can't help you with the noble, except prove our innocence. Though, with finding those druids, I might be able to help you with something else. So he rummages through one of his pockets.
There's a group of boars south of here. If you give me 10 boar skins, I'll give you these boots.
You will get 180 XP, rank up, and then gain your metal strike. You can only use it 5 times before resting.
Are we playing World of Warcraft?
Shut up, that game's gay now.
Shut up.
Blizzard's gay now.
Blizzard
Here's
is
Aladdin.
the big
Blizzard-
gay.
Is the Blizzard's the gay?
Blizzard is gay?
Gay?
You know what you're doing.
Indeed.
Is Blizzard the big gay?
Is Blizzard's
Oh,
the
that's
condom?
Ben.
Got him.
So Blizzard's the big gay, grabs something from his pocket, and it looks like a stone of some kind. A gemstone in the middle.
It's Vestrek.
Earlier, one of my scouts found this. This might have something to do with the Druidic Cove. At least, that's what we assume. It looks magical. We're not sure if it is. Take it. Compensation.
Thank you. I take it from him rather graciously.
He hands it over, his big, meaty orc hands, nearly doubling and tripling your own.
We make contact for merely a moment. It's love at first sight.
Catch each other in your
Kitcherid
peripherals.
like quickly like squats and then licks his hand.
I don't want to do
Willpower.
that.
Longingly into each other's eyes.
I'm scared.
Roll willpower to determine if he blushes.
If I blush,
He
at
manages to keep his cool like a good disciplined warrior.
but he's like,
Now.
Yes, continue. Onward, yeah.
I'm sure we'll meet again,
This
Malcolm.
setting is too much gay in it.
I'm sure we'll see each other again, Malcolm. Good day to you, Andrew.
It's the big gay. The big gay.
Brass paths of battle.
I hope we cross paths at a tavern. I could maybe treat you to a drink.
Roll charisma.
Oh, charisma.
Excellent
attractive
wording.
said that.
Excellent
No,
wording.
the attractive said that.
Wait, do I just? Is it just roll?
Just roll flat charisma, baby. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Say it like a bee shown in protest.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
I'm
you're
so
too hot.
fucking
Looks like you
scared.
See the flower petals blow by your hair as you say it.
The only one who manages to resist Kitcherid's swoon is Amelia, and it's because she has the sickness.
She has the sickness, the big gay. Big gay.
The big gay. Milia and Bruce Chan are the only ones that are able to resist it. Milia because she has the big gay. Bruce Chan because all he's thinking about is murder.
Namaste. those two so counter. Murder and namaste. They don't work.
Murder stand.
So one would say that the clashing of the clash makes them work.
So exactly what happened between my charisma check?
We just want to see how hot you look when you're saying that.
He only knows that I'm very attractive, so
No, you said it like a fucking snack machine, dude. You're a fucking Fucking juggernaut of
Said
charisma.
it like a snack machine.
I wave him off and then head back to my party.
And as you do this, Malcolm looks at his subordinates and barks out a few orders in Orcish, and they head off back into their camp.
So I spoke with that very handsome orc over there.
He was completely encased
That
head to toe.
sexy beast.
Namaste.
Namaste.
What is Civilian doing over the
In
campfire?
the way.
He's just warming up.
What are you doing over there?
Ilya's
I'm
gonna
bathing.
sneak up behind Maylene and go boo.
Do I need to roll to not be
Roll
spooked?
save!
Yeah, roll willpower to not be spooked.
Natural one. Natural one. Natural one.
You jump, you do a jump, you do a noticeable jump. You manage to sniffle your screen, but you do jump noticeably.
William, don't do that again. Please.
Do it again.
Big Sam.
She's gonna like duck down underneath the bushes and then go boo again.
Roll
I'm
well,
just
you have a
so-
+10 advantage.
Alright, so the whole
Please
deal
get a
with
one.
the orcs was a
I
misunderstanding.
was watching the entire time.
You don't know that. Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
I was just checking.
Don't you worry, your
It was sort of a misunderstanding. But yeah, we were attacked because some orc and goblins got a little overzealous.
I was there. You don't need to explain.
Shut up, small creature.
Did you just call her a small creature?
No.
Yes, you small creature.
As the one who was just a cat.
He says to an elf that's probably like about half a head taller than him.
I wasn't talking to you, tall creature.
Fucking giraffe.
Okay.
He gave me this stone. Said that I think was it west of here or east of here?
Yeah, just north. It's just the path you're continuing.
Yeah, I see.
North. That there was some activity, and I think we should I think it's worth investigating. Just as long as they gave us safe passage for now.
Hey, I see the magic stone, Mr.
I don't know. I don't know. It smells druidic to me. Can I use my cantrip to like sense magic?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm activating it now. I think it's this one, right? Yeet.
Biggest decade. The magic.
Can
No,
you
I
put
just
it
know
to-
it-
Crystal, you can tell that the crystal is filled with big dick energy.
It's filled with big druidic energy. It is in fact magical of nature, but you don't know exactly what it is.
Alright, so
That's
it's
what you
definitely druidic, therefore you can't touch it.
It's primal in nature. There's a deep primal magic emanating from its sac. Or, other words, stone.
Does it do anything right now?
You're not too sure.
I would like to speak druidic. Take me
What
to
do you
the
say?
grove. Take me to the grove.
It doesn't respond, for it is a stone tablet with a gem inside of it.
Alright, I'm throwing it. I'm kidding.
Roll strength.
No, I'm not. I'm kidding. It was a joke.
Oh, strength!
Roll
Nevertheless, we should go north.
Alright. Do you guys agree to continue?
Let's move on.
I
Find what-
agree with this course of action.
It is a holy action, trust me.
So, does Tylenol come out and we give him the info on what happened?
You're talking about right next to you.
Hey, what up? Just had a couple beers with these goblins over there.
And just like he just suddenly appears out of nowhere, like seemingly out of thin air.
He's a ghost. Kill him.
Vilia is very suspicious that he is indeed a ghost. Can I roll perception or something to tell if he is?
Roll perception to see if he's a ghost.
He's not a ghost,
Ooh.
he's
You
just
do not
really
know
sneaky.
if he is the ghost or not.
Ooh.
Punch him to see if he's a ghost.
He seems
Not me, though.
he seems very seeable, very graspable,
Nihilus,
Grasp
you're
him.
a ghost.
I wish to
Grasp
grab his
him.
tits.
Roll to grab tit.
No, I'm gonna butcher it. I need to butcher a better better one.
If you want to determine whether something's undead, you roll religion.
I would like to do that then.
Indeed.
Because Chris is done.
Lucky number 6.
Once again, he seems very graspable, very physical, very touchable.
I bring my hand up to high five him.
Vilia still asks if he is a ghost or not.
Nihilus awkwardly high fives. Dream.
Alright, he's not a ghost.
He looks to Million to. No, I'm not a ghost.
I meant figuratively.
Oh, no, that's someone else's nickname.
Uh,
All right, the orc man says we should go north.
Yep. Out the Druidic Cove.
He gave me a rock.
All right, go north.
Onwards to the.
That's not
Grab
north.
his hand.
Bruce
Grab his
Chan.
hand.
That's
Push
not
Chan
north.
this way.
Say grab him and start pulling him north.
well, somebody needs to pull Milia then.
Gosh, yes.
God damn it.
Bruce Chan grabs. Bruce Chan grabs onto her hand as they grab onto his. We need a rope like the kindergartners have.
Oh no! You guys
Alright,
were
everyone,
like-
we need to hold hands and we'll
Bottle
walk out.
hands, hold hands.
Buddy system.
Cool, my buddy will be Milia.
Bruce, let's go on an adventure together. Remember, no killing babies.
No killing.
Fine.
All right, so
Toddlers are okay, right? Though.
No.
come on, man, come on. So you guys make your way further north, off to the Druidic Grove, and you recall that you have to go to the path of nature. It shows the path of nature. If only the path of nature. You guys eventually run into a very thick, just thick, just bundle of trees. It just gets the trees just get larger. The brushes get larger. Vines seems to be sprouting everywhere. Many of them very thick and bristly.
Mm.
And the path seems to get more tighter and tighter the further you go in.
Okay, Chris, I don't know if we're talking about a weird forest now or a female.
Or
Forest
That's a
is
female.
dummy
Oh, a
thick.
werewolf.
This forest is dummy
dummy
thick.
thick.
Milia is
Oh my
gonna
God.
take notice of the ever-changing wildlife, and is gonna try and take a look at the see if she can recognize this strange arrangement or a way to get through it.
Roll nature.
Oh, I accidentally rolled survival. Hold
Too
on.
bad. I'll roll nature for you. This is my domain.
16.
That's how old she was. I swear.
Do I roll nature too?
Oh, if you want.
Alright, if I roll less than the dummy thick one, you'll be mad.
Who you calling Pinhead?
So,
That's him.
first, Amelia, you recognize the trees ahead as just older versions of the trees that you saw earlier. They just simply grew larger. However, you're not too sure about the large vines that seem to be sprouting all over the place. But you do recognize a few species of shrubbery, and they are very well known for their lovely, irritating, they have this little secretion on their leaves, pretty much, that just causes irritation and rash.
Amelia is gonna take a cookery and her cookery and take off a branch of the irritating shrub and put it in her backpack.
Roll survival.
All right, thank God we're not using the previous one.
You successfully do.
Put it in my backpack.
Dream Grove. You recognize these large brambly vines as a form of symbiotic plant life to the tree. It takes some nutrients from the tree, however, while it wraps around and forms a defensive barrier around it. They're well known for being very thick, and the brambles to be very, very sharp and large, just like Bruce Jane's dick.
Alright, you should just don't touch the brambles. Yeah, we'll try to navigate safely around it if we can.
Bailey has her hand on her sword, contemplating cutting through the vines. Sort of
Don't you dare cut.
looks over to Kutrin.
Don't do it. I've already tolerated Amelia chopping off a branch.
Don't you go!
Slowly lets go of her sword.
Dream Grove, I'm gonna be using all of the plant. It's necessary.
Yes. Okay. Fine.
Mr. J would just like to Hadouken.
Mr. J!
Oh, I keep doing that. Oh, fuck. I'm so sad about it.
Sucking damage.
Hey, cabron!
Yeah, you're back in Mexico land. That's where the
Oh,
Elven took you,
man.
right?
What? And kick your cat.
Shut up! Shut up, Tucker! Your mom buys you Mega Blocks instead of Legos!
What a fucking insult.
Shut up! Your mom buys you Mega Blocks instead of Legos. You fucking take that back.
Oh, man.
Your mama can't.
I'm
Nah,
gonna
Bruce
steal
can't.
that now.
Bruce can't just like
It's okay, I
Hadouken them out of the
stole
way.
it.
'Cause, yeah.
Time he said it, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it's okay. I stole it.
We like stealing things from Kyle because he deserves it.
I don't have anything to steal. You're
Right.
all the providers here.
Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Alright, so
Amelia is gonna walk up to the GM and pat his tummy.
my tummy is too thick for you to touch. There's a berry.
If you roll a perfect 20, you can.
Not exactly in this edition.
Oh,
Well, you
damn.
can. But, you know,
It
my
is an
hardness
automatic critical success. Depends on what a critical success would mean for that saving throw.
I just bumps it up a number. If you got a crit and you miss, well, you hit. Doesn't mean you crit damage. So, what do you guys do? Upon seeing this dummy thick plant version of Dream Chan. Brucey.
Bruce Chan's not going to do anything. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
We could probably use Bruce Chan as like we could make him go first and then follow right behind him, so we're not slapped by the dummy thick branches.
So, do we want to go around? Do we climb through the vines? What are we doing?
Are the vines climbable, even though they're bramble?
Oh yeah, they're brambles. Shit, I forgot about
No,
that.
they're covered. They're covered very thoroughly with thorns. Around the same
Nihilus
thing.
here, or is he just in the ether again?
Nihilus.
Okay, just making sure, just in case you talked about his brother, Guile. But now he's just there watching you guys try to figure things out.
So what are
somebody
these things
ask
again?
him if he knows what to do.
Repeat that.
No,
Somebody
figure
ask
this
him if he
out by
knows.
yourselves. We are adults here.
Arguable.
No, we're not.
Maybe.
Debatable,
Aileen,
yes, but at least we
Aileen,
should pretend to be
Aileen.
adults.
Aileen, I would have never gotten here if I had never asked others for help. To be a fact.
Well, since I'm a druid, I'm gonna probably make the assumption that due to these brambles being so gosh darn thick and these branches being so gosh darn irritating, we must go around it to find an actual entrance.
Alright, so I guess we should just then find another way around, which I will be doing so.
Nihilus raises his hand. That's the best part about this. There isn't a way around. It's either this or the path of mysticism.
Alright, well, through we go. It must just be a mild irritant.
Amelia is gonna take like a quick look at the path forward to see if she could find like a way in.
Hey, you stop it, Tucker.
If it means like not directly interacting with the trees and bramble.
Roll perception.
Okay.
You don't see Jack and we're shit.
Can I try to see if there's like spaces in between the vines and or between the ground and the vines to crawl
Roll
through?
perception.
Everybody roll perception until we win.
All right, so you use your special elf eyes, and being the Mary Sue you are, you squint, and you think you possibly have a visual way of like a path, pretty much. But you visualize it, but there still is a variety of bramble, vines, and thorns there in your way. But you see a path that's the clearest.
Are any of them dangerous?
Yes, they'll poke you.
And they'll poke you.
Oh no, it's gonna poke me. This is
And
so
then Nihilus
bad.
brings up, and they'll give you more than a little bit of a disease.
Hey.
Ah,
Care
fair
to
enough.
elaborate?
Well, nausea, vomiting, soreness, the works.
Plus,
like
she said
to,
Naja, like the
What
Smite
about
character.
Nausea.
Is it curable?
Time. We don't actually have, say, the medication on me, but it
I
exists.
thought you were gonna say we don't use modern medicine, so we're gonna wrap you in moss and throw you into a creek.
We're just gonna spit on it and wish you luck.
Yeah. We're not gonna take that nail out of your foot. We're gonna fucking paint it in oil. We're gonna fucking make you leave it in.
That's one way to do it.
That's the worst I've ever heard. I think actually.
Bruce Chan would like to just take his staff and just kind of like push the vines out of the way, see if that does anything.
Roll strength. Actually, athletics would do.
Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that? Here it is. Bad. Fuck.
So, in your attempt to do so, you use your staff as a leveraging tool in order to push onto the brambles. Unfortunately, you underestimated the pushback of the vines, and the staff just snaps back at you, and then one of the thorns skins your shoulder. Roll a fortitude save.
Fortitude.
Yep.
Okay.
You make it.
Good. Good.
Take 1 damage.
So, Dreamgrove, what are your opinions on if push comes to shove, having to cut our way through? I don't want to do that, but if we have to, you okay with that?
Hang on.
At this point, yes, but I'm going to have to, as soon as we are finished, ask for forgiveness.
Hang on. Let's try to see if we can get through without cutting, because I think I may have found a path through it.
What is is the tablet gonna let us through?
All right, we just slather somebody in butter and just roll them through.
I'm so mad at you, Thomas. I'm so
What?
upset.
What?
What?
Thomas, you should know better. The last effort, only when everything else fails. And you go, should... wait, hold on now. Yeah, Thomas, you should know better than let those thorns be poisoned.
Just tell him not to do it.
Lee's going to start cautiously moving through the vines. Being sure not to get hit.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna pull the rock with the blue crystal out and see if it reacts to the vines or the shrubbery.
Alright, what am I rolling, Chris?
Survival. You're rolling survival.
Survival, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
You can do it.
No, they're doing the skills discussion.
You try to push your way past through the vines. And following the path, you do. However, as you do this, you are occasionally scratched by the vines over and over again. I'd like you to roll a fortitude save.
Damn it.
Do I have an ongoing disease now, or?
No, you powered through it.
Good shit.
Maylene, however, has super syphilis.
Unfortunately, Trina has syphilis 1, aka
She has super AIDS.
Oh no.
pushing her way past through the bramble. She managed to, following the path that she spotted, actually made it through the very large thicket of bramble vines and dummy thick trees. Unfortunately, along the way, she was scratched by more than a couple of thorns. So, and unfortunately, she failed the fortitude save, so now she is diseased 1. So write that down and keep track of it. But And you've made it.
Milia is gonna do a few things before going trying after her. She's gonna take a thing that she keeps as an extra pair.
Yeah.
Wrap it like wrap bits and pieces of it, like a shirt or whatever, around or like exposed on her
Mm-hmm.
outfit.
Yeah.
And it's Bruce Chan, your staff to help move vines out of the way as I crawl through.
Yep, let's go for it. Fuck.
Oh, by the way, Chris, did I take any damage?
Yeah, you took like 3.
Okay.
And do I get a circumstance bonus for any of that, Chris?
Bruce Chan, you should have rolled aid. Roll again.
Roll aid. What would...
Anything for the coverings that I put on?
I'll give you a bonus when you roll it. So, Bruce Chan,
Yeah.
roll a flat d20.
Cool. You get a 5.
All right. Milia, roll survival.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
today, today is just,
All that
today-
preparation.
I love how you prepared.
All that preparation for not.
Oh my
Today is just
God.
not our day, is it?
The
Oh.
one thing that she's supposed to be good at, she starts failing in, and then when she needs to do fucking recall knowledge rolls, she's like, "No, I'll get a natural 20. I remember everything. I'm not stupid."
So, Bruce Chan, in order to assist, you also have to make the survival check and follow through. Do it. Roll that survival, baby.
Fuck yeah!
Roll a cunt.
My fucking God.
Well, fucking Bruce Chan just fucking yeets right through it.
Bruce,
No.
Bruce Chan grabs the back of his shirt and just kind of hucks himself through. Just like that. Just, he yeets himself through the vines.
So, unfortunately,
With the
Bruce
power of
Chan's
me.
assistance was quite half-assed and lazy, and really only applied to helping himself.
He was determined to make something happen.
And
Nice.
really, an unfortunate course of luck, accidentally hit quite a few thorns along the way.
And
A few of them,
I will have to roll
unfortunately,
fortitude.
yeah, roll fortitude. Actually, my bad.
I got a
I
19.
made it. All right, so you take this. You take the effects of the poison well, but you do take. You still take 3 damage. Which, unfortunately, a couple of the vines were hit Milia due to Bruce Chan's less than stellar efforts of aiding her.
After going through, she's gonna have Maylene help pull her up, and she's gonna look back at Bruce Chan and go, "That didn't help at all."
Not just me and Nihilus on the other side, just like, okay, so they went through.
Yeah, Bruce Chan is going to apologize.
Mostly less.
Apologize
mostly less than results.
deeply, and then saying to his hands,
No.
"What the fuck are you doing?"
With like a shit-eating grin when he's facing downwards.
It's okay, Billy. I think we can just walk it off. We'll be fine.
You feel a
Gotta
little
stay
queasy.
Gotta stay
Right now,
positive.
time for my half-assed attempt to get through this
Dude,
without
Dream
any
Grove, your
injury.
survival.
Hold on, I didn't tell you how I wanted to do it first.
Yeah.
I'll do it however you want.
Gang.
Can I borrow your quarterstaff in order to help Dream Grove?
You have to go back into the thicket and roll survival again.
I'd actually like to ask nature for safe passage
You're
before I
not. You're
try.
not just giving a little edge. You're going through the whole thing if you're gonna assist him with an aid that matters.
Yeah, it's gonna matter. I'm gonna ask
Well, if
nature
I'm
for
gonna
safe
have to do
passage.
Repeat that.
Oh, yeah, I was imagining it was just like moving some of the one or two of the vines out of the way with the staff at a range. But if I have to,
No,
roll
you would say this entire area's just pushing out near the entrance isn't gonna fully cut it for assistance. I state.
All right, Dream Grove, you're on your own. Get fucked.
I'm asking
So,
nature for
Dream
safe
Grove.
passage.
How do you ask nature for safe passage? Using what abilities and praying to which god?
Well, I don't think I actually have an ability for that.
No, you don't.
Yeah. So I can pray to Gozra.
Yeah, you pray to go. What do you pray? How do you pray?
I get down on my knees.
Yeah, gay.
Shut up. I only am allowed to say that so blatantly.
Nah, I'm GM gay.
Oh, shit. And I ask graciously, please allow me safe passage. I only wish to seek my goals. I know my allies didn't do very well. But I wish to not end up like them if possible.
Throwing your friends under the bus. That's kind of a dick move.
I did that.
I'm a private investigator. My job isn't really to be very
What's up
humble.
with that anyway?
My mom said I needed to pursue a
You're a
career.
wild druid, yet you commune with the civilization? That make no sense.
I'm
Milia
adaptable,
is gonna
Gozra.
take
Please
out,
let it go, Mom.
and take out her silver encrusted, or her silver religious symbol.
Yes.
Quick prayer to Abadar. Abadar, this druid, strangely enough, seems to be on the side of civilization.
Yeah.
Therefore, please allow him your blessing and safe passage through these vines that have.
Man, those trees ain't my business. I can't help you right there.
Is that what Abadar sounds like?
He's urban god. He's a god of urban civilization. Of course he's gonna sound black.
I try to appeal to Gozra. I'm a druid. I'm doing my job. I'm doing my best. Please allow me to finish my
Yeah,
goal.
sorry, an urban god gave you a blessing that kind of counteracts my blessing. Sorry, man.
But he still got a blessing!
Yo, where that blessing though? Yo, give me
Alright.
that blessing.
Get your fucking blessing.
All right, roll
Alright.
survival, druid.
You see, Kitruid, I helped you.
That was a near perfect score for me. Jeez.
Yeah, no, you crossed through without getting touched once.
Just
All right, Nyla, you're on
walking,
your own.
you're just strutting through the vines like you're going down the catwalk. Just
So,
Bust a
Dreamgrove,
move.
you use your bust a move skills, your druidic knowledge, your don't touch that, that's a nasty boy. And your awesome
That's gonna touch me so bad. It's gonna do more than poke me.
you definitely dodged and avoided all the natural harms, and you followed the right paths. And despite entering into the fucking path of nature first, Nihilus is on the opposite end, waiting for you.
Son of a bitch!
How does he do it?
Does he just leap over trees or something?
He's
Really
just
gonna,
powered
like,
down.
He goes,
He
The
Rage
instant
jump.
transmission, the other side.
I'm just gonna walk up to him and go, I hate your plot armor so much.
Indeed. That is what I am for.
Oh,
I hate your meta references too.
Elijah's gonna say
Technically, you made it first, so
to
sorry.
Agron in the middle of some random pub. Man, I miss circumference.
I miss Olbektar. Who's Olbektar?
I miss
Like-
circumference too, even though I don't know much about him.
Eliza's taking a money bath, huh?
Alright,
So-
so
Perfectly
I
good
came through,
farm. You're
I
wasting
came through unscathed.
So you guys managed to actually make it through the path of nature. Yay!
Woo!
Alright, so, further beyond the path is what appears to be a natural pathway, like a dirt road, leading uphill into what appears to be a massive tree. And despite this tree being absolutely massive, you didn't notice it before when you were behind the path of nature. And in the middle of the tree, from the path, which the path leads up to, you see a decently sized double door, around twice the height of just about every one of you.
It's around the same size as those of the crown one.
However, Dreamgrove, you you sense a disturbance in the forest. You feel a peculiar, just a strange gut feeling. Like you feel a little nauseous, tiny bit.
What is that shit?
We're gonna enter the Great Boggly Tree.
You have enough
If I
piggies?
see a great wood, if I see a Chris Rod a great wood,
Well,
I'm
that's
running.
what it is with Twitch. I'm an idiot. You know, I've gotten so much stuff for fucking Apex Legends. Just really play it at some point.
Shouldn't. You should play Yu-Gi-Oh instead.
Yeah, play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, play Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's good for you.
Yeah.
Yay, play Yu-Gi-Oh. So, the pathway to the lovely tree. The grass is all dead. Like all of the grass there is dead. And with it, and
Tree
without
grove! Tree grove, heal the grass!
make it back alive again.
Is that normal? I don't think
That
that's
is-
normal.
That is not normal, and I cannot heal the grass. I'm a druid of the wild, not of the tree.
Weird how that works. Without context, that's funny. But so you look around, you see it's dead grass everywhere. The entire hill, it's just dead grass. The tree, however, looks fine. It has leaves. The bark looks healthy. However, the hillside itself, all of it's dead. And without even needing to look that very difficult, very hard, you see a very deep set of large footprints around the size of an orc's.
Alright, well, they did mention that they sent a scouting party, so that checks out.
They very well could have gone to this grove.
Stay close, everybody.
They're not
I feel
gone
like
back.
there's something bad here. Here.
Bitch could have had my money.
Yeah.
There must be some kind of demon goat around here.
Don't
Or a
excite
hell cow.
Don't excite her with those words.
Or a shark clown.
I'm gonna put that in enemy now.
You ruined it, and I'm mad forever.
Dead in the background. And
Somehow-
then in the
also
background, you
interested
just
in
hear
that.
as the evil approaches.
Oh
We
god,
are
it's
not
flopping.
horrified.
Oh god, it's just flopping on the ground. Eating the grass while making.
No, it mutated legs.
Oh god, but it has like a normal shark body but with legs.
Yeah.
It's,
And it's also a clown.
you're, when I'm done with you.
I think we should get closer to this tree because it is very peculiar.
Alright.
Ilya is shivering in fear and is gonna grab Maylene so she doesn't get scared.
Maylene is also shivering, not of
Yeah,
fear, but of
Bailey
sickness.
shivers up and is now scared.
Shiver me timber.
Mr. J's just kind of looking off.
Bruce.
Fucking hell, I did it again!
From beyond
Get
the
ahead.
rim.
Hold on, I'm gonna open up Roll 20 real quick.
Oh, I hate myself.
You guys gotta use your
I
eyes.
campaign.
I hate myself.
Launch game.
Is Mr. J gonna come back as a shark clown?
You hear, it's Mr. J! With another current of.
Dude, it's like the Jaws scene, but clown. I mean, he got dragged into the water. Of course he turned into a fucking shark.
Ben, while I have
Natural conclusion.
Ben,
The clown part, however, can't
Yes.
be explained.
Yeah, yes, Kyle, what is it?
while I have my campaign open, are you actually gonna play this campaign again, or should I keep Spasmaticus?
Either or works, really. I don't know when I'm actually going to play D&D next. It's not just like me working and me being tired. It's also like some IRL stuff that's getting in the way, so.
Fair
Delete
enough.
him if you want to.
No, keep him as a fucking party souvenir.
Just keep it. We want to keep toting the dwarf.
He's like the equivalent of a backpack, except he's a dwarf.
Just stuff things in his mouth when
We're toting a dwarf around.
Yeah, you can keep Spaz if you want to. But, like, I don't know when I'll play it again.
Yeah, Spasmatic has entered a coma. He's never been out of one since.
I hate myself.
Maybe he died again.
Fortunately, then we'll never know about the quest for the war against the gnomes for stealing the mighty beard.
Must go on hold.
All right, no, just and Bruce Chan, while all that shenanigan is going off, just staring off in the distance, thinking about things.
Namaste.
Namaste. He just randomly says that everything's happening and just hear namaste. Just,
I drew a tree for you. You like it?
You're gay.
Why does it look like a dirt hill wearing a wig?
It's great. It shouldn't be that color if it's dirt.
Never seen green dirt before?
Yeah, never seen
No.
green dirt before.
No.
all right, who drew that?
That wasn't me.
Aw,
That
man.
wasn't me.
It's not me this time.
I didn't draw a map on that dick.
And he went with it anyway.
Can't delete it, but I want to. Continue, Chris.
So, you guys see that lovely hill. I drew the day. You guys see this lovely
Chris, if you ever get arrested, you just have to admit to your crimes through conversation.
Oh my god. I'll talk to you guys about that type of shenanigans later. Okay, that doesn't have anything to do with police. Okay, that's a bad segue, but I'll continue this after the session. It's almost
You know
done.
what's a great segue, Chris?
What's that? Don't you dare bring
You
it
hear from the woods next to you.
coming out from the...
Never gonna get into this fucking bush or this tree at this point.
You guys
They've
ever
already
see
gotten
that
to
dirt? So, it's up to you guys. You choose whether or not you walk up the hill.
I'm walking up the hill to the tree. I'm right next to
I'm
it.
following Dream Grove at this point because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I'm letting Maylene drag me around like a... I am the ball and chain to her, and she's like a criminal.
So, as you guys step closer to the gate, the door in the middle of the tree, you feel just the temperature drop very suddenly. It, instead of being lukewarm, it just suddenly becomes drastically shiveringly cold.
This is bullshit.
To the point where frost eventually starts forming on your gear, equipment, and even skin.
Step back. Step back.
Ow, yeah, step it back. That, no. Ow, cold, ow.
That is a normal.
It's a normal tree.
The tree might not be normal.
Look, cute that is. Look, it looks perfectly healthy.
Yeah, but considering what the fuck just happened to me when I got close to it, being a druid, that's pretty awkward.
Well, you're just not wearing sleeves.
Oh, it's just nothing wrong. It's just dead grass, and it gets colder the closer you get to it. It's fine.
Does anybody have like a
Nothing out of the
knowledge
ordinary here.
occultism? Because this could be some witchery afoot.
Reminds me of the monastery.
Oh yes, in the mountains. I mean, actually, yeah, it's the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys just sit there being all cold? What do you do?
I stood back. I went back to where it wasn't cold.
It stays cold.
You want me to shoot it?
I don't know. It's a tree, but it's not a normal tree. There's no fucking way it's a normal tree if it's acting like that.
Can I discern if this is occultic in nature and what it possibly is? Maybe.
And it's even weirder considering that there's actually grass around here. It may be dead, but it's grass anyway.
Go for it. Try to roll occultism. So, you try to use your fortune-telling power. And you try to determine what the effects are or what could have possibly caused it. Unfortunately, you try to rack your brain, but nothing seems to come up. You can't particularly think of anything that could possibly relate to this.
Amelia, shoot the tree. I don't like it anymore.
Shoot
That
the
isn't a
tree.
normal tree.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know what this is, what it's doing, and why.
Should I shoot the
don't
tree?
like
Is
this.
it a bad tree?
If you
Shoot
want
the
to
bad. That's a bad tree.
Bad tree? I shoot the tree.
Roll to hit.
roll the hit.
Let me read.
Roll the hit tree.
Let me get there.
Ooh.
Fucking hell.
You fucking critted the tree.
I love how you used your crit on this tree.
Oh yeah, I used it. Yeah, I was saving that one up.
You used your. You just said it yourself. You're saving it, man.
But I shoot myself.
In the head.
You
Because
shoot your
fuck
crossbow
me.
with the skill of a marksman.
You shoot an immobile object.
Oh, one of the doors. You managed to shoot through like the hoop of one of the handles on the doors, creaking the door open a little bit.
I just saw the bolt out of it. It only creaked.
Can
It
I
only slightly pushed the door open.
can I see anything beyond that small crack in the door?
Nah, it's pitch black. It's a crack.
Mhm. Look
Alright,
at the
guys,
hole
what
that-
are we doing? Are we going in? Just gonna bear the cold and go in?
I will be a brave and lead the charge.
I'll be braver and
I
leader
stand-
the charge.
I stand by you, Amelia. Let's go. We'll go in
Cool.
together
Called it.
as one.
Nyla says, "I will
Onwards.
bravely follow behind you."
It's cold as tits on this tree.
Bruce Chan just
Yes. I see Thomas is bravely going first.
Bruce Chan grabs his hand and starts pulling him back.
This way.
Amelia's gonna start going up to the tree. She's feeling the cold. Does anything else happen?
So you walk up to the door of the tree. For some reason, the cold stops.